Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lounging with John. This is your host, John, as always. And as I said, I didn't know when it was going to happen, but we have a guest in the house, and we'll be letting you speak with him here in a minute. And we're just going to be talking about some different things. Some of the stuff we talk about is serious, other times just joking around. But it's been a while. Me and him finally gotten back together here. One of my best friends out of all friends that I can think of in this world. He is my best friend. No questions asked, hands down. And that is BuckWild. So me and him is going to be talking about a couple things. And we talked about this last night. And actually what I want to do is I want you to turn this way. We're going to let's see how the audio is just with us talking without having to worry about the mic.
Okay, yep.
Well, you want to look towards me, though. That's why I've got you.
Oh, okay.
Kind of scoot back a little bit. Right there. There you go. So go ahead and introduce yourself to him.
All right, everybody. Yep, my name is BuckWild. Of course, obviously, that's not my real name, but
that's what we're calling
that's
you
not
here.
Important.
That's right. Hey, some people want to use their nicknames. I remember back when I used to be, what was my DJ name?
DJ Crash. My real name's Andy, but
yeah, which they know. I mean, I've said your name before. Yeah. I had two names back then when I used to run 107 The Zone. I had DJ Crash, and then I think for a little bit I even ran as Budman.
You did, yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Man, that was a long time ago. I'll tell you, I enjoy doing online radio, but honestly, I enjoy doing this more. I enjoy doing the videos more. I enjoy doing the podcast. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the audience difference between 107 The Zone and here on Spreaker and YouTube, huge difference. A lot more people.
And I think really, too, you got to look at online music has definitely changed. Everybody's going to whatever they want to hear. It's not about what you play, it's what they want to hear. And with Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and Tidal and all these other streaming services, YouTube, Red, or just regular YouTube if you want the commercials. That's changed the game.
Are you subscribed to that, the YouTube Red?
No, but I am going to probably
you know what? The ads don't bother me.
Well, they will. Because that's changing next year.
Yeah, there's going to be, And I'll tell you what, that's something that all YouTubers need to pay attention to because that's going to affect.
Absolutely, because next year you're not going to be able to skip the ads. That's not going to be an option.
I just wonder how bad it's going to hurt the revenue for YouTubers.
I don't think it will.
Yeah, because you're still going to have a lot of people just not going to care and they're not going to pay for the... Because you get a lot of people just randomly listen to YouTube and they're not, they don't have a channel or...
The only thing I think that's going to aggravate people, and I know they're going to do this, they're going to put commercials like in the video.
That's
like
already happening.
Stop.
It's already happening in the middle of videos.
Yes.
Like I've even seen my own videos going, and in the middle, if it's so long, them commercials they will come on.
Yep. I've seen that.
That's out of my control. Out of the.
Yeah, but you can skip those now. In the future, you're not going to be able to.
Some of them you can't.
Some of them you cannot. You're correct.
But for the most part, you do get to skip the ads. And, I find that to be fair, I guess. I find that to be fair because it's a 50-50 game, too. Because YouTube sees it as this, okay? If they pay to skip the ads, we're still making the money. If they don't pay to skip it, we're still getting the views and we're still getting the ads. So, I don't see a losing part for YouTube at all. To me, it's a win-win situation for them.
When they go to the non-skipping ads,
now
there will be more advertisers.
The problem is those that do have the ads and that monetize their videos and stuff, you are going to take that chance of not earning as much as you could have earned.
Correct.
But Keemstar and some other ones were really pissed off about this. If you remember, there was this big situation going on with YouTube with ads, and there was one that, they were saying that was, racist and all that. You remember that whole deal going on?
Yes.
Well, if I pronounce his name right, Putty Pie, he was one that really threw a big fit about all of it. But it's like this. If you've got a good YouTube channel and you've got a good, subscribe base, you are still going to be able to make a career with it, because the difference is going to be you're going to have to start putting your brain into it and start figuring out more ways of earning income with your YouTube. Right now, no one does anything. You don't got to do anything. You just got to monetize it, and that's it. People listen, and bam, you're making money. But you also got to remember that right now people can skip the ads anyway, so you're still not always making money off of it anyways, because people skip it. And if they skip the ad, like if the ad starts and you skip it right away, you're not going to make nothing from that advertisement playing on your channel. Now, here's where the benefit comes in. You can also make your own advertisement that gets selected to go into YouTube channels. There's an option on there. And what you do is you pick a video of yours and you select that to be ran as, I forget what it's called, ad-based or whatever. So you're still getting your channel out there to profit from it one way or the other.
Right.
So, anyways, glad to be here with you guys. And, I think, gosh, there's so much we could talk about. So many different things that me and Buck have been through together. I mean, there's a lot of different stories. And
oh, yeah.
I've got no problem, putting together something where maybe we even do a weekly podcast with them. I'll get some stuff put together too, Buck, to where we can even do it over the phone, and it records our conversation, and then I'll throw it into our podcast. Because I think people would enjoy hearing about the different experiences that me and you have, been through.
Oh, yes.
With being visually impaired, with going to a blind school, with dealing with normal society, with dealing with a lot of it. We can honestly put our hand in the pot and say, you know what, we've experienced that, because we have.
That's right.
There's been a lot of different experiences between the both of us, for sure. Anyways, there's something that some people wanted me to really get this podcast out there. They wanted to really hear some of the people that met you before. They wanted you to get in on this conversation, and it's something that obviously a lot of people are ignoring, but a lot of people are not ignoring, because honestly, as we ignore it, it is still something very serious, and it's something that it doesn't hurt to get people's opinions. So we are going to be talking about Kim Jong and North Korea, and we're talking some about Donald Trump, and then we're even going to roll back and go back before Donald Trump into Obama, Bill Clinton, and George Bush. So it's going to be a fun podcast. You guys stick around. We're gonna throw in a funny little skit here of a commercial or whatever, and then we'll be back here in a second. So what do you think, Andy? Does it sound like a good?
Sounds like a real good plan.
Good deal, man. So there you go, guys. Stick around. We'll be back here in a minute. All right, folks. So we are back and going to go ahead and get this show started. And what I'm going to do here is I will share my opinion about it, and then I will pass it over to Buck, let him share his thoughts. And, obviously we can't do every conversation in one podcast, because it would obviously last forever, because there's so many different things that but we talk about everything, folks. I mean, and we can start a conversation that we think is only going to be for a minute, end up talking for 30 minutes about something. So, I'm just going to focus this podcast here on the current situation that the United States is facing, really that the world is facing. It's a serious deal. I hear a lot of people joking about it, a lot of people, making laughs about it and stuff. And sure, there's been jokes made, but in reality, this is a very, very serious situation. And it's very dangerous. If any American or any person that lives in the United States that gets up and just has it in your mind that, well, there's nothing to worry about, you're wrong. It's something definitely to worry about. So, I don't expect people to, base their life around what's going on, but when your country is at the red line of getting ready to go into a war that, guys, this war will be like no other war before. I promise you. This will be a World War III. No doubt in my mind. Now, I'm going to pass it to Buck, and I'm going to let him share his thoughts about, I'll start with this question. With everything going on, one, how do you feel about it? And number two, before I pass the mic over, number two, do you think Kim Jong will eventually back down? And now here's the mic.
Okay, this is what I really feel about it. It's a very dangerous situation. Kim Jong is, in my opinion, unstable. He's always gotten what he wanted. He still believes he can always get what he wants and do what he wants and bully around whoever he wants.
It's all about power.
It's all about power.
Yep.
And right now, he thinks he has it because he has nuclear weapons.
Now, do you think that he actually has, there's been rumors about this. Some say possibly 30 missiles ready to go, and some say 60. How many do you think he has?
It's hard to say. It's between 30 and 60. There's no way to tell.
Do you believe that he has missiles ready?
Yes. This is why I really have a problem with what Donald Trump said yesterday when he says, let's wait and see what they do with Guam. Really? You're going to wait and let a United States territory get blown to fucking smithereens?
Why would we?
Why are we waiting? Is this like a game to you, Trump? Do you fucking get it? Because I don't think you do.
I agree. We should not be waiting for our country to be attacked. It's like saying, okay, I'll tell you what, buddy, I'm going to go ahead and hand you this gun.
Yes.
And I'm going to wait until you actually do something. And then we're going to talk.
Yeah, then we're going to talk about
then
it.
We'll talk about what we're going to do.
But you know what, though, John? If I blow your fucking brains out, we ain't going to talk about shit.
The other problem is Guam. We have a lot of our military there.
It's a big military base. That's why it's not a state. It's a territory of the.
I'm not saying that it's like 80% of our stuff, but 20-30%.
A huge part of our Pacific Fleet is in Guam.
It's a very important island, and matter of fact, keeping that island and keeping it safe allows us to get to places a lot quicker that are further away like that.
Such as North Korea. We cannot wait around.
Preemptive strike.
Preemptive strike now.
Preemptive strike right now. Tonight. What are we waiting on? Why are we waiting?
There is no reason to wait at all.
And why would we want to wait to see if he's going to shoot off a nuke? What, so we can disable it in the atmosphere and then give us a fucking shutdown on our fucking grid? That's the reality of it, folks. If it gets destroyed in the atmosphere, guess what? I'm not saying it is for sure, but I'm sure there's a high probability that it could knock out our grid.
It wouldn't that far over. I don't think
what
it
if
would.
it wasn't taken out until it was close enough to us? Well, I guess if it goes up out of the atmosphere there, it's going to come back in.
Correct.
Well, no, it's coming back in at a different.
It'll come back in near Guam.
But then that's when the angles are probably set.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how this works? It goes out and then the GPS adjusts
And then it re-enters.
for targeting.
Yeah, it goes out because the missile can travel farther because the air is much, much thinner and it takes less energy to push it. That's
But
why
so
they
it's
do that.
going out at Guam or out at North Korea,
Correct.
and then it's coming right back in at North Korea, or is it coming back in
Near Guam. It
near
would come
Guam?
back in near Guam.
Or if it can hit the United States, it'd be coming back in.
Near the United States.
Okay, and if it's taken out before it comes back in near the United States, what's it going to do?
Maybe nothing. I mean, if it does not explode, you have to have a nuclear explosion to cause a CMP.
So if it's taken out without it causing, wouldn't it explode by taking it out?
Not necessarily. This is getting in an area that I don't know that much about.
I mean, it'd be worst case by hitting it and it not destroy it, and then it send it off target, and then we don't know where it's. Which I don't think that's the case, but from my understanding, I was doing some other research too. Not only do we have the FAD system, but we also got professional pilots that are also trained to target them type of weapons. Is that true?
I don't know.
I mean, I do think that we've got technology that is not spoken about.
Of course we do.
That's common sense. But I don't agree with this whole deal about let's just wait and see.
This is not a wait and see situation. That'd be like your neighbor has a dog that bites people.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. And then I'm going to pass back to him to give his thoughts. Okay? I'm not going to sit here, guys, and tell you that I'm a Democrat or a Republican. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Because there's things that I don't agree with when it comes to Republican, and there's things that I don't agree with when it comes to Democrat. To be honest, I almost feel like Buck here is probably the same way. I don't see him as being a full-fledged Democrat or a full-fledged Republican. So that leaves only one other spot for it. And that's just being solo. But I'll say this. I don't dislike Donald Trump. I don't. There are things that he has done that if anybody was to disagree, well, you'd be goofy to disagree. Because there are things that he's already done for our country that should have been done a long time ago. Now, let's think about this. Look at the jobs. Okay? You know as well as I do, Buck, there's been way more jobs available.
The job situation has improved.
And let's also look at illegal company, as I call it, or immigrants, whatever you want to call it.
They're illegal immigrants.
Okay? Look at the numbers on that. Look at the percentage where that's went since we've had Trump.
But there's also a problem with that, too.
Okay, and we're going to get to that. I'm going to hand you the mic and let you cover that. I think there is still, but, well, don't let me get off track here. I don't agree with Trump the way he's doing things right now. And there's a couple other things I don't agree with. I don't agree with the situation of accessibility being on the inactive list. I don't agree with that. Doesn't mean it's going to be gotten rid of, but
Tells me that they don't care about it.
yeah, I don't believe that it should be on that inactive list. I think that it kind of makes me feel like
Trump wants the blind people to get their little checks and shut their mouth.
Say that again.
Trump wants blind people to get their little checks and shut their mouth.
I think that accessibility is something that should not be ignored. Now, I'm going to give, and okay, so Buck, remember what I've just talked about. I want you to cover that when I hand you the mic, and then I want you to cover this other thing that I'm going to say something about, and then I'll let you do your part. Okay. The choice that was decided and that was made, the law that was made for transgenders, I agree with it. I agree. I've thought long and hard about this. Now, I'm not against anybody that might be a transgender, so don't take it that way. But, Sarah girl, come on, lay down. You were driving me crazy today. Lay down. Lay down. I don't think that, it makes people uncomfortable. And it shouldn't be that way. When you are in the military and the army, whatnot, you're there to learn, to train, not to be uncomfortable with who you're sleeping beside or bunking with, or who, there's things that I can understand why that was made, why them choices was made. It would be no different. It'd be like saying that, well, who cares what our soldiers think about it? We're just going to allow it. It just causes a lot of problems. And as a matter of fact, it has caused problems. So, on that, Trump, I agree. On certain situations with it. I mean, I also feel like, as long as the person's in the military and they're doing their job and they're not letting those type of things get in the way of it, I feel like they deserve a chance. But unfortunately, you can't do it that way. You've got it.
Trump, you have no chance.
You've got
he is the big bag baller.
But you got to understand, if you let a couple of transgenders in that do okay, and the other ones you get rid of them because they messed up, there's going to be problems. So you got to understand, there's got to be some sort of legality.
It doesn't matter, because if you mess up in the military, there's problems anyway. So,
well, that's true.
Anything to do with it.
That's true. You're right. You're right. So I guess all in all, before I pass this mic, I just want to say this. Trump has done things that I don't agree with. Just like right now. But I do give Trump credit for the things that he has done. And we're really not that far into the president period. I mean, it's only been a little over 6 months. Yeah. So I can't. It wouldn't be fair for me to say that, he doesn't deserve to be in as president. I think that there's still time to be given here to really know how good he's going to be and what he's going to do. And guys, why is it that Trump gets in and you've got all these people that want to act stupid and argue and fight, make up stories, the media lies about this and that, this guy lies, that guy lies. That's what media does, but let him at least do his job and see how things end up. Okay? You didn't do this to all the other presidents that came in. We didn't do this to Obama. We didn't do this to Bill Clinton. We didn't do this to George Bush. I mean, of course, there was, situations with the one president that got him in some trouble. But point is, and I'm right, Buck, there was never a fit thrown about a president like there is now. and it's too early to say that he's not going to be any good for us. That's just my opinion. Let's go to Buck, see what he thinks. And remember, guys, you got questions, leave it in the comments. We'll pick it up on the next podcast. Here you go. So you heard kind of the things I've talked about. Just kind of cover some of that stuff.
All right. Right with the...
Just bottom line, just start giving your shit on Trump, on it. You know, how he's doing, the transgender situation. Just go off of what I went off of.
Okay. With the trans...
Put your pants back on.
You don't want my pants off?
All right, go ahead, man.
Gosh, you're so...
We're not even
touchy.
recording, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
With the transgender thing, I think they should be allowed in the military. If they cause a problem, then, you know, you remove them from the military. Just like any other soldier in the military, if they cause a problem, they are removed.
See, I said that at
We
first,
have-
and people
we
were
have-
saying, well, that's not fair to the other soldiers.
We allow gay people in the military.
That's my
What's the
question.
difference?
What's the big difference between a transgender and someone gay? Being
There's not.
Then gay people shouldn't be allowed to be in the military.
You can't. No. You can't do that. It just doesn't work in
Why not?
Today's
Transgenders
society.
did it. You did it
Donald
for transgenders.
Trump. Oh, if he could go back on the gays, he would.
Oh, you mean about being in the military?
Yeah, but that's over and done.
So transgender was a new thing, a new law that they were working on.
Oh, yeah, this is his.
Okay, this was okay. 'Cause I never seen this problem before.
Right, this is a new thing.
Okay.
And, you know, and Trump has done well with the jobs. Jobs have definitely improved. Even though the jobs started improving with Obama as well. A lot of people give him a lot of crap that I don't agree with. I'm going to be blunt honest. I think the reason a lot of people do is because they're racist.
I would agree with that.
And this is something that's so deep-rooted in America's society, unfortunately. You know, that's part of it. And people need to grow up and get over it.
What about where's that stand at now?
Oh, that's an absolute mess. At least with Obamacare, there were people that had health insurance. Now they don't. Now these people that had Obamacare, they don't have nothing.
I thought it was supposed to be get rid of Obamacare and then bring back in all the different health providers and let people.
Well, here's what's going to happen though. When they do that, I read the other day that all these large corporations, they may drop their insurance policies, which means there's going to be a shit ton of people without insurance, even more than there were now.
Now I guess we better move to Canada.
We need to get this health care bill. It needs to go through. We need to do something with this.
But you got to admit, though, I think that Trump standing up to North Korea and facing the issue.
He hasn't done anything. All he's done is run his mouth.
But I think going at it, you know, nothing's been done yet. Okay, I get that. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't even. No other president even wanted to look at the situation.
Well, anybody can look at the situation and run their mouth like they got shit running out of their mouth.
So do you really think that Trump is just ignoring everything, or that he doesn't know?
He doesn't. He does not.
He doesn't know how to handle it.
He doesn't know how to handle it because Trump has never held any type of office before he had the president's job. He never was a senator. He never was a congressman. He never was a governor. He never was anything but a businessman. So, in other words, he does not know how to do this job. Yes, he does. No, he does know. He has to know how to deal with foreign governments.
Strategy, sure. I agree. You're right. If you're going to be a leader, you got to act like one.
Well, he's not acting like one.
You don't think so?
No, he's acting like a fucking moron.
Do you think he'll make it in second term?
No.
wonder where the numbers are on that. Do you think he's already lost a lot of people that voted him?
No, because they're all idiots too.
If that's the case, he'll still make it.
No, he won't.
You got to think about it, though. Unless we know someone's going to be trying to run.
He is not. I guarantee you he will not be
Is
reelected.
there any rumors on, besides the one that I heard about, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I want to see what you got to say. Any rumors on who else might be trying to run?
Nope, not yet. Not that I know concrete crap. It's going to be a couple of years. You'll start hearing names, though.
I already have.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
What a fucking joke.
He was on an interview.
I know. Okay, number one. All he is a wrestler.
You know why I think he's trying to run? Well, go ahead and do your thing.
No, I'll tell you why he's trying to run. Because his name's been out of the spotlight and he wants it back in the spotlight.
Well, yeah, that too.
The name Hulk Hogan's been out of the spotlight for probably over 20 years.
I think he's running because Trump ran and made it. Because Trump was so popular on TV that helped him get in. And I think that Hogan thinks that where he was a big star on TV and so many people like him that he'll have a chance.
That's where people are dumb.
Let me say this. Mr. Hogan, don't waste your fucking money.
I agree. Retire like The Undertaker did. Take your money and go home.
And now let's talk about one more thing here. Let's talk about one more thing here, and we'll make that a tie-up on this podcast here. Let's say for some reason, now I'm going to give my opinion on it, then we'll pass the buck. Let's say that Trump gets taken out of the White House. Okay?
Like impeached?
Yes, impeached.
That could happen.
Let me tell you this.
There are people working on it.
If he gets impeached, it's not going to matter. Because Mike Pence will take over.
And do the same damn thing.
And it'll be the same situation. Mike and Trump both are very good friends, guys. They have a really close relationship, friendship-wise. I don't know. Did you know that?
Oh, yes.
Before he was even in the White House.
I know.
Donald Trump and Mike Pence have been friends for a long time. So, go ahead, you freaking idiots. Impeach him. It won't do you no good. Because Pence will still talk to Donald Trump, regardless of regulations or talking about business with someone that's not in no more. He'll still do it. Honest opinion, and this is where me and Buck, this is what makes our friendship so much different than so many other ones. Because when we don't agree on something, we don't judge over it. Because if you don't agree on this, I've already got my weapon waiting. No, I don't think it needs to be impeached. I honestly, I think it's too soon to be sitting there and judge him 100%. I don't think that's fair.
I agree with you on that. You may be surprised that I said that.
That it's just I don't think it's fair. I think even though he's doing some stuff that we don't agree with, I think people are being immature. There's a lot of people being immature. Look at the shit they did to his golf course and all this other stupid shit. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Give him a chance. Let him at least try to prove to you guys whether he can or cannot do it. If in a year, 12 months from now, he's still on the same list, fine. Try to impeach him. Go ahead and share your opinion. I got a lot to let the kids in. Go ahead.
Okay, this is how it is. I will judge him on how he handles the North Korea crisis. If he handles this in a proper manner, then I'm okay with him. If he fucks it up, then he needs to go. That is what I feel about this. And that is my true, honest opinion. This North Korea crisis is everything. This will tell you if he is a true leader or a true fuck up. And that's all I got to say.
And I'll tell you what. If he really does handle this, because I honestly feel like if something is thrown at Guam, I think we're going to interact or counter. You know what I'm saying? We're going to counter strike. But the problem is this: if we counter strike, let's just say we just take the missiles and they just drop in the water and bam, nothing, right? And let's just say we do that and Kim doesn't do anything right away. That will be it. If we don't do something, then it's going to be bad. The longer we sit here and freaking wait and wait and wait, the more we're allowing Kim to get prepared. Everybody sit around. Everybody pointed their fingers at North Korea and laughed at them and said how dumb they are and how stupid they are. That, oh, it's just all talk, it's all talk, it's all talk. And now they're sitting with nuclear weapons ready to shoot. Ready to launch. Because we all just thought North Korea was all talk. And now look where it's got us. And this isn't a current situation. It's been going on for a long time. Honestly, Obama, your ass could have done more than what you did. Clinton and George Bush. You know, guys, it was not Trump that could have really done more. We had a moment when we could have completely took their nuclear inventory, whatever. We left them with the rail. We did that. You know that, Buck. Yeah. We did that. We left North Korea with the rail. We also gave North Korea, whole thing over electricity and energy and all that. And that should have been the agreement. You want us to give you that, take away the weapons. Not no, oh, Kim going to start crying because it's not going his way. All right, you can keep the rail. Continue to practice your little evil games. And then in 2017, you'll be able to threaten the United States with nuclear weapons. We got to do something now, folks. That's the bottom line. Me and Buck enjoy doing these podcasts with you guys. I've enjoyed it, sharing my opinion about Trump. Just like Buck said, it's too early to be really calling the... It's too early to honestly be judging Trump for every little thing. You shouldn't hate on somebody like that until you give them a chance.
I don't hate the man. I just don't like the man.
I just think that there's time for him to still prove himself to those that think that he's not doing good enough. I don't think it's only been 6 months. Well, pretty much 6 months. Right? So, give him some more time. If I had to go back and pick to vote for Trump or not, I'd still vote for him.
I agree.
You think it's bad now? Well, if we would have got that alcoholic in the White House,
oh, wow.
We'd have really been fucked.
Throwing the words alcoholic.
Yeah, because that's evidently what she was, or what she is. Did you hear the latest before we go?
What's that?
She is actually I've got to get your thought on this, and then we'll go. I'll hand the mic to you. She is actually going in as a pastor, as a preacher.
Yeah, I've seen something about.
What do you think about that?
Look, what a
You
joke.
think it's so she can drink the holy wine?
The holy wine. Yeah, she's going to become a Catholic, so she can drink the holy wine and be a pedophile, so she can rub little boys' dicks. Oh, I know that really went far, but
Well, that way she can take the money from churches, I guess.
yeah, from the offering.
She can't take the money from the government no more, so she's got to find another.
Yeah, she's going to take the offering plate.
You better damn well believe if she gets into a church as a preacher or something like that, she's going to use her being, run for president and all that. She's going to use that to her
She's not.
advantage.
This is what I don't get. She's not a really big religious person, and she wants to become a preacher. I'm like, okay, I don't get that.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right fucking now. This is freaking pathetic. First of all, the daggone woman shouldn't have been able to freaking run as president anyways. Bottom line. Did they forget to smell her breath before she started to, go around to the world and tell the world to vote for her? Could you goofy fucks not smell the liquor on her breath? I mean, daggam, the woman couldn't even get on her airplane. She had to be carried. That's ridiculous. A daggam embarrassment. And if Old Man Rogers says that's the way it is, well, that's the way it is. I'm pissed. I'm tired of hearing about that bitch. I'm sorry. If there's any little ones listening, you might want to beep that out. Just rewind the podcast, and whenever I say bitch, just beep it right there. Give me the mic. Sorry, guys, we kicked him out. All right. So, anyways, guys, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about this podcast, and we love doing it. We'll probably be back again later. Probably. More wound up. Probably on video this time. So, like, share.
Even Paul Hillary made drink.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This could get interesting today, folks. All right, like, share, subscribe. We are out of here. Be sure to share on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. By the way, if you didn't notice, YouTube has a new share feature. You can now share through your YouTube to other YouTubers. Pretty nifty.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, take care. We are out of here. Say, we love you. Long, long time. Yeah.